to do, obviously when we started back there where we come in, the entryway needs to be obviously painted and cleaned up and
I'll just show them
something done
around here a little bit.
Yeah, so if you kind of come out this way, this is the one kitchen for the one side. So as you come in the entryway, that's where the laundry and dryer hookups and stuff are. So we're going to paint that out, put some flooring down in it so that it's a lot nicer. Obviously we're going to paint the doors and do a lot of work to the kitchen cupboards. The sink and everything's pretty decent in it. If you want to see one of the smallest bathtubs in the world,
No doubt.
you can look in there and see that
I've seen it. What are you going to do with that?
We're going to put a full-size tub in there with a shower because it's the only thing you can do. The dog couldn't even take a lay down in that tub. So once we do that, we're removing the wood stove. They're not certified anymore, so we're going to get rid of those. And obviously put some new flooring down in the kitchen to make it look a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
If you kind of come through here, it's a bit of just an empty space. The nice thing about the whole house is that, as you can see, the ceilings are really high. So in a lot of apartments, that's kind of, they're usually short ceilings, but the ceilings in this place is really high. And there's lots and lots of windows, so it stays bright even when the power's not on here. This is just with natural light coming in the house. So this here is for whatever, I'm not sure exactly what the tenant will use this for, probably a little office or a den or something like that. And then you'll come through and then it comes out into sort of the living room area. Again, still has the exact same high ceilings. We'll be painting all the rooms out and laying some new flooring down. First time in my history of 20 years of construction have I ever seen a furnace actually located in the living room. I've never seen that before in my life, so obviously we will be removing that. As you can see, the oil line comes right in across the floor, with the electrical line comes right in across the floor. So that's a pretty safety hazard, so that'll all be removed. This can go actually down into the basement part and be used properly. So it has an exit, another exit. So it's part of this is all one unit. This doorway that you see here will be blocked off. So this will be all one self-contained unit with the bedrooms upstairs. And it has two exits which you need for your renting. So you've got one exit coming in the entryway there, and then you've got another exit out here. So this just goes out to the front yard. If you go upstairs, there's two big bedrooms up here. It again just needs to be cleaned up. Something done with the flooring and so on. If the flooring we can save and make it work, we will. But if not, we'll put some new flooring down. As you can see, there's just one big bedroom here. Again, it just needs to be some new flooring. It's a 50 or 60-year-old house, so back then this was in style. It's not so much in style right at the moment. And then this is the second bedroom. This one here is a little bit bigger, so I'm assuming this will probably be a bit of a master bedroom for them. Again, needs to be painted out, cleaned up, and new flooring put down. I'm hoping that we're going to get lucky enough that when we take up the linoleum, that the old, 100-year-old boards is going to be underneath there, and we'll be able to sand those off and stain them, because that's a neat character. As you can see, the beautiful wide baseboards. You can't buy those anymore, but they're just beautiful once they're all painted up. Same as all the nice trims around the doors and everything. I mean, you don't get that anymore, so it's a pretty good character that way. We will be installing a different banister because that banister is not as a legal height, so it has to be 42 inches up. So 42 or 32, depending on how low that is down there. So we'll put that to code again. And then, so when this door here will actually be blocked off because this now is into the other apartment. So again, downstairs, as we'll go through, we'll start up top. So this is going to be one bedroom for the second apartment that we have. Decent size, same.
And you may be renting it to one family that'll take the whole house.
Yes, that may be the case, and if that's the case, then we won't technically maybe have to block this door off. But I still want to get it done so that it is done, because our ultimate goal is to, you know, either have one tenant in here or have two. So I'd rather just do it up now to set it up for two tenants, and if there's just one, then that'll be fine. Again, hopefully the flooring will get lucky. This is another little kind of, just a small space, not sure exactly what we're going to do with this yet, but just kind of clean it up, fix it up and paint it. Got a ton of painting to do in this place. Again, we're hoping that we can get the nice boards in the floor down underneath that we can just sand off. You'll come out here, this is actually another bedroom. So this one has two bedrooms up top too. Again, this just needs to be, you know, it's a house that hasn't had any love to it in a long time, so we're going to clean it up, paint it a nice color, you know, do the flooring again, and fix it up so that it's a rentable apartment. So then if we come back through, these sets of steps that's right behind us, we have to fix. They don't meet code. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this wall and move it over just a little bit and put a proper set of steps down to the bottom floor. It seems like somebody put them in, and I'm not sure if they knew what the codes were or not, but it definitely doesn't match. This is not a low-bearing wall, so the low-bearing wall is over here. So we can actually remove this, cut a little bit of the floor out. It'll make this room a little bit smaller, but it'll make us have a safer set of steps for the family to be able to live on this side. So that's what we're going to do. So just watch your step when you come down here. So when you come downstairs, it's a nice big living room area. Again, this stove, the certification is up on it, so we'll be removing the stoves and just taking them to the dump because they're no good to us at all. This room also has hot water baseboard in it, so that's the heating system that's for it, so it works out good. Nice natural light. This is just basically the flooring is actually pretty good over here, so we'll probably just clean it up and fix what we need to fix. Nice patio door, so you can come out and you got your own. This apartment here has a nice big closed-in deck, so it's kind of, and as you can see, Steve's just zooming in. That's where they'll be coming up and parking their vehicles to go into their entrance, which is right here. So that's their main entrance that goes into the house, and then this side here is the second exit to get out of the apartment. So they both have two different exits to get out.